Hey guys, what's happening? Welcome back to a brand new episode on the channel. Today we are playing Christmas Woes. There's no music for this, so I found some no copyright music instrumentals, so it's really cool. So let's go ahead and start this. Christmas Woes, Christmas Story by some random guy. Start. Snow was falling from the white sky, blanketing the ground with the white particles of frozen rain. You sit inside your warm abode, sitting in your comfy chair and drinking tea. The fireplace sparks and crackles to life. The heat resonating from the fire blankets the room with warmth. Take a sip of tea. You sigh deeply, fully at ease. Shut up, phone! This is not at ease! Bah! Anyhow, shut up! And I just said, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! No! I said no! Ah! Okay, anyhow. We're gonna go through that. Okay. You sigh deeply, fully at ease, and relaxed in your comfy chair. You bring your cup up to your lips and have tea. But, to your misfortune, your cup is empty, void of delicious warm tea. Lay back in your chair and listen to a song. Head to the kitchen and look around. I want my tea. You decide to get up from the confines of your comfy chair and walk towards the kitchen. Once you're in the kitchen, you see that to your right is the fridge, to your left jars of spices and tea bags, and in front of you is a stove and a small table in the middle of all of it. Well, let's look at the jars, because that's where the tea is. Since you're in the kitchen, you decide to also look for a new tea bag. You see 3 jars in front of you. Let's look at the left jar. You take the top off the left jar. Inside you find paprika and a good spice to coat a nice big juicy chicken with. Okay, that's the middle jar. You take the top off the middle jar to find a pure cane sugar inside. You could probably use this in a new cup of tea. Okay, let's look at the right jar. You take the top off the right jar and take a look inside the jar. You find a cobweb and a small scrap of a tea bag labeled. Grim omen, your tea stock is completely dry. Well, let's look in the fridge first. Let's see what we got. You head over to the fridge and decide to look inside. What you find is shelves full of random stuff from salad, junk food, and even some beer too. Good old Budweiser, as folks say. You find a container sitting in a little cubby in the fridge. Well, let's look in the container. You take the container out of the cubby and open it. You take the container out of the cubby it was in and open it up. You find nothing but old suppositories inside. You're out of batteries. Well, let's go to the grocery store then. Needing your stock refilled, you head over to the fireplace and take off your robe. The robe falls to your ankles. Needing your stock refilled, you head over to the fireplace and take your robe off. The robe falls to your ankles as your bakre skin is bathed in the warmth from the fireplace. You look around for your clothes you were wearing earlier in the day, and they were wet due to snow falling down on you on your way home. But as you look, to your horror, you see what looks like burnt remains of your clothes in the fireplace. Distressed, you rush up to your room and look for something to wear. But everywhere you look, the clothes are dirty and in need of washing, especially the underwear. You look more closely in the closet. You come upon something that's caught you by surprise and shock. When you find it appears to be a fishnet skirt and a pair of shorts to go top of your thighs. You blush as to how they got in your room. The previous owner must have had a daughter, or was a crossdresser, whichever one suits you best. Well then. Well, this could get us a indecent exposure charge. This is gonna look stupid, but we're not gonna get arrested unless they live in Soviet Russia. Anyhow, I'm hoping it's Britain. They're pretty good about this stuff. Alright, with no other choice or options, you put your masculinity aside and put on the strange clothes. To your surprise, though, they fit you quite well. You head back out of your room to the door where you grab your wallet and keys and you head outside of your home. and into the cold. The cool snow was light in this clear night as you walk down the sidewalk. Though, as time goes on, you're freezing your balls off. Well, let's run then. With no time to lose, you decide to make a mad dash for the store. Snowflakes hit your face and your head from your cheeks and melt upon contact when you barely notice as you continue to run. A minute runs by and you begin to see the light of the grocery store up ahead. You see the snow coming down and stops you in your tracks, though it takes you a little bit to stop due to the ice sidewalk beneath your feet. You regain your composure and walk to the store. Luckily, the store is still open and you head inside. Well, let's look at lucky number 7. You head down past aisle 1 and come upon aisle 7. The aisle must have had absurd and sweetener for coffee and tea, so the tea must be somewhere in here somewhere. You walk down the aisle, looking side to side, shelf to shelf, but to no avail. You search for enough food, so you decide to head back. Right, let's look at 1. You head down aisle 1. To your sides are soda and energy drinks. Further down the row are filled with bags of chips in various kinds, shapes, and flavors. You walk down, looking around. About halfway down the aisle, you come to a stop as you notice a small space. You see that there's a space for tea. You take a look, but what you find is nothing. There's an empty shelf. All the tea is gone. Guess you're not number 1 after all, huh? Well, you search all around the store looking for tea, but not a single box to be found. Defeated, you turn back to return home. Sometimes getting your spirits high and being filled with determination can backfire when you least expect it. Though, as you're almost in front of the aisle, you hear a thump sound behind you. You look behind to see what fell. To your surprise and excitement, it's a box of tea bags. Not wanting to pass up the opportunity like this, you decide to grab it and rush out of the store and back home. Well, f you! We're gonna pay for it. We put on girls' clothes as to not get arrested for indecent exposure, so now we're gonna try to get arrested by shoplifting? No, we're paying for that shit. You make a quick stop to the cashier. You're about to make your purchase. You spy a pack of batteries next to you. Let's buy both. Since you're here and you decide to buy them both, once your purchase is finished, the cashier puts them in the bag and wishes you a Merry Christmas. Let's ask for her number. Why not? We're a lonely guy on Christmas Eve, maybe. Before you leave, get a glance over at the cashier. She is quite beautiful, as a matter of fact. Cute eyes, long black hair, tan skin, an hourglass-shaped body, perfectly round chest, fine legs, and a nice ass. She looks to you, wondering what you're thinking as she pulls out. As she pulled you out of your perverted thoughts and asked for her number. She remains quiet for a bit as you anxiously await her response. After 10 seconds of silence, she declines your offer and heads off back to her abode. Looks like you're not getting any this night, Finn. Well, I think that might have been one of the endings, so let's check it out. Let's leave and head home. You walk out of the store and head back to your abode. The feeling of accomplishment washes over you as you bear the fruit of your spoils and troubles in this winter night. Once you arrive in your abode, you make your way to the kitchen for a cup of tea, and you make a warm cup of ginger tea, but a chill runs down your spine. You're still wearing the odd clothes you found in the closet. Well, I don't know. You're already chilly, so why would you take off your clothes when you're already chilly? Let's leave them on for now and let's see. You decide to leave your clothes on for now. You can just take them off later when you get once you get settled in. Once your tea is brewed and poured into your cup, you head back to your living room, carefully handling the hot cup of tea in your hands. Once you get over to your comfy chair, you sit the tea down next to the radio and sit down. Though, after a few minutes of relaxing in your chair, you start to get an agonizing itch on your back. You reach to scratch it, and feeling of relief flows over you, but not for long as the itch returns. It seems that the clothes you are wearing are making you itch due to your cotton chair. Well, now we can take off the clothes. Being alone in tonight, you strip off the clothes, leaving you bare nude. Once you're relieved of your clothes, you throw them into the fireplace, joining what remains of your other clothes. Once the tea was done, you walked over to your comfy chair and lay back in it. Finally, after what appears to be a long night, you finally relax, taking in the bathing warmth that flows across your body. Slumber then takes you over and you fall into deep sleep. The sun begins to slowly rise outside the window. The sun shines on the ground, covered in blankets of white, shining like diamonds as clear as the sky. The rays of the sun peer into your abode. The fireplace has gone out and you sleep heavily on your chair. The sun shines on you and you arouse from your slumber. Once you are half awake, you stretch wide inside. You rub your eyes and remove the smut that is in the cornea. Once you begin to regain your vision, you look over to your Christmas tree to see 3 peculiar presents sitting under the tree. A letter rests next to them. Let's read the letter. You pick up the letter as if it has the faint smell of gingerbread cookies, so you open it and read the contents of it. Dear Mr. Whatever your name is, because I don't give a shit. Dear Mr. Whatever your name is, because I don't give a shit, I have seen the troubles and plights you have endured on the eve of Christmas night, and from what I can tell, you need a break from all of it, as do we all need one now and then too. So here are 3 presents from me that I think will be beneficial for your well-being. Oh, and also, the tea was also quite good. After reading it, you look at your teacup and see that it's empty. That fat bastard drank your tea without consent. Fuck it. Not wanting to get angry over something small, you decide to ignore the cup and look over the mysterious presents from the mysterious stranger. Let's look at the red present. You look over at the red present over the right. It's the shape of a rectangle. As you pick it up, it feels rather light. You open it to look inside to see what's inside. What's inside? You find a turtleneck sweater. Red turtleneck sweater. Surprised at the gift of clothing, you put down the box and put on your new sweater. To your surprise, it's the exact shape and size. You look over the white present, sandwiched in between the red and the green presents. You pick it up and packed rather snug and slightly bumpy. Whatever is in this present, it must be bulky. So you open the present and look inside to see gray pajama pants and green fuzzy slippers inside. You're quite relieved at this too. Now you won't have your family jewels frozen off. Well, you put on the pants, it feels really soft against your skin and fits you nicely. Once they were attached to your body, you look at the other 2 presents nearby. Let's look at the final green present. The green present, which sat all alone on the far right under the tree, looked rather small compared to the other 2. So you pick it up, it flops against your hand. It appears to be very light and slight. It seems limp too. Your curiosity tears apart the... You're curious, you tear apart the wrapping paper and see that you got a pair of black socks. You put them on and feel how soft they are on your feet. They're a nice fit. You open your last present. After you've opened your last present, you sit down on the floor, comfortable, content with what you got. After that trouble getting what you need, and to all your woes and plights, Christmas went rather well this year for you. So for the rest of the day, you kick back, relax by the fireplace, all nice and cozy in your lovely abode on Christmas Day. Finn. Well, that was cute. Kind of funny, kind of stupid. Lot of errors in spelling, but you know what? We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, assuming they're not a native English speaker. With the whole T and market, there was a whole bunch of British slang in there as well. So I'll give the fact that they didn't really know how to spell the English way, or the American way, I guess. Because anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was like a really fun, cool thing. I love doing these text-based adventures, even if they're not really well thought out or like well spelt out. It's a challenge. It's fun to try to decipher what they're trying to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and like always, I'll see you in whatever comes next. Until next time, shut up, phone. Bye bye. Bye bye.